Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel for this week's safety recap. Before we get started, make sure that you give me a thumbs up down below here to encourage me to make more videos of this type. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel where you will find additional videos of this nature along with toolbox safety topic videos and leadership training videos. Well, let's go ahead and get started with this week's safety recap. I had the opportunity to visit several jobs over the past week and witness our teams perform exceptionally well. Some of them faced interesting challenges and developed game plans and strategies that brought them to a successful outcome. Kudos for the effort and the performance. There were a few noted items of concern, and I will address them after a few words about using the right tool for the job. I recently read an article on the subject by Randy Klatt, and I thought I'd like to share it with you. The right tool for the job. A fundamental responsibility for any safety professional is to determine the root causes of an injury. Knowing the root cause should lead to safety improvements by putting preventive measures in place. Injuries are commonly caused by using inappropriate tools or even using makeshift devices instead of tools. Abraham Maslow, in his book The Psychology of Science, paraphrased an earlier quote from Abraham Kaplan when he said, "If all you have is a hammer, everything looks like a nail." This certainly applies to the employee who doesn't have the right tool, isn't trained properly, or is put under pressure to simply get the job done. Inevitably, these circumstances lead to injury because using a hammer for everything just isn't the safe way to operate. Commonly, we see employees using chairs or upside-down buckets instead of step ladders, pliers instead of wrenches, or lighters instead of flashlights. I've even seen an injury that resulted from an employee using a hockey stick to break down cardboard boxes. It's easy for us, or even the supervisor involved with these incidents, to say, "What was he thinking?" However, there is a lot more to the story than simply blaming the employee for poor judgment. Ultimately, the individual employee is responsible for following the rules and working safely. This includes using the right tools for the job, but often the employee is simply not given the right tool. The average worker will then use whatever is at hand to get the job done. In fact, is often applauded for ingenuity. This can only lead to further similar behaviors and ultimately result in an injury. Remember, there are consequences for all behaviors. Some are positive and some are negative. If a worker is given a positive consequence for getting the job done despite safety concerns, it is much more likely they will repeat the behavior. But make no mistake, using a chair instead of a step ladder will eventually lead to someone falling. That behavior must be stopped by providing the proper tool, in this case a step ladder, and by training all employees how to use it properly. Ensuring your workers use the right tool is vital to safety success. This is done by having a systematic program in place that provides the right tools and the right training to all workers. This applies to all workers in all industries. Even an office worker can be hurt by using a folding metal chair instead of an office chair, by using scissors as a staple remover, or by connecting too many electrical devices into a receptacle and overloading the circuit. All of these are prevented simply by providing a proper chair, a staple puller, and the proper number of receptacles, all accompanied by the correct training. These situations speak directly to organizational culture. Culture is defined as the way we do things here. Employees are responsible for doing the right thing by following the rules and using all tools properly. Supervisors are responsible for training and supervising enforcing the rules by stopping unsafe behavior and providing the right equipment and tools. Upper management is responsible for providing the funding for those tools and the support the supervisors need to make it all happen safely. It is truly a team effort that will result in a safer workplace and a positive work environment. Tools cost money, there is no doubt, but the investment is well worth the cost when injury rates decrease, associated costs decrease, and morale increases. All right, on with the recap. To continue with the tool theme, hand tool inspection. Ensure that all tools are inspected prior to use. If electrically powered, is the cord free of torn and missing installation? If not double insulated, is the ground pin intact? Are all the guards in place? Has the operator received the proper training? Are chisels free of mushroomed heads? Are the handles of hand tools tight and free of breaks and damages? Next, let's talk about donning fall protection equipment. Inspect to ensure that fall protection equipment is properly worn. Is the webbing properly tightened? Are all the buckles properly connected? Has the personal fall protection equipment been properly and thoroughly inspected? Next, let's talk about respirable silica dust. Sheetrock and sheetrock mud contain silica dust in varying amounts. Demolition of sheetrock wall generates considerable amounts of dust. The best way to control silica dust exposure is with ample amounts of water and respiratory protection. Protect your respiratory system while performing sheetrock demolition by using water and respiratory protection. Let's talk a minute about rigging. Ensure the use of proper rigging when performing lifting operations. Make sure that slings are properly identified with labels stating their rated capacities. Understand the various forces of rigging configurations put on the rigging components in use for the lift. Always use taglines to control the load. Also, rigging should be performed by qualified personnel. And finally, understanding the scope of work. Make sure that team members have a thorough understanding of the scope of work. Mistaking left from right can lead to costly errors or incidents. Practice the three-way communication and make sure to do a pre-task plan. All right, boys and girls, that's it for this week's safety recap. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for watching. Make sure you give me a thumbs up down below here to encourage me to make more videos of this type. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel where you'll find additional videos of this nature, along with toolbox safety topic videos and leadership training videos. And until we see each other again, take care of yourself because you're number one. Look out for your co-workers and help ensure their safety. Have a grateful day, and remember, I will see you in the field.
Let's do a sound check. I need that. What? I had the opportunity to visit several jobs over the past week and witnessed our teams perform exceptionally well. Some of them faced interesting challenges and developed game plans and strategies that brought them to a successful conclusion. Kudos for the effort and the performance. I gotta start over. Starting over. Taking a breath, and we began. I had the opportunity to visit several job sites over the past week and witnessed. I had the opportunity, and in fact, is often implied. This applies. Supervisors are responsible for training and supervising, enforcing the Employees are responsible for doing the right thing by following the rules and using all tools properly. Upper management is responsible for if electrically plowed.
Glub that up a time or two. I'm going to see if I can get it edited down. But you guys are worth every bit of it. If you watch to the very end, before I go away, if you watch to the very end, I'll put a couple Easter eggs at the very end. So if you watch, you can take a look at them. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a grateful day. All right. Stop recording.